Hello, it's Amy with Just a Little Ink. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! Now for almost 22 years. I signed up during Sale-a-Bration way back in 2002. Seems like forever ago. Been an awesome ride. I'm out of Prescott Valley, Arizona, and I've got a wonderful card I want to share with you today. Using some of our new Sale-a-Bration products. And so I'm going to go ahead and flip my camera and we'll get started. So, the products I want to share with you, these are out of our Sale-a-Bration brochure. Sale-a-Bration is a sale that Stampin' Up! Does once a year, most of the time. This year it's back to once a year. For every $50 before shipping and tax, you can pick one item out of the Sale-a-Bration brochure, or with every $100, you can choose other products. And this particular bundle is one of those $100 options. It's called Softly Sophisticated. It comes with a photopolymer stamp set. I've got some of them already on blocks. They store inside the case. Wonderful set. Some great images. And it comes with an embossing folder, a 3D embossing folder. Beautiful. And I want to share a card. It's simple. It's monochromatic using Gorgeous Grape, which happens, the cardstock is on not orderable at the moment. It will return. Been very popular. And Crumb Cake, because I kind of like the way that looks. And I'm going to do a blending technique using our blending brushes and some Gorgeous Grape ink. So all of that to say, let's get started. I'm also going to use some dies that are out of our mini catalog, our January to April mini catalog. There is a coordinating stamp set that is available as a bundle with these, but these are the perennial postage dies. Wonderful set and fun to use. So I'm going to share here. This is the quick card we're going to put together and get going. You notice I have this glass mat. I know there's a lot of demonstrators who've talked about the glass mat, and it is available as a join option. So at the back of our Sale-a-Bration brochure, if you join Stampin' Up! Or choose to get, because that's an option, the kit, the join kit is the best kit we offer. Right now, from January 4th through the end of February, you can opt to get the Glass Mat Studio as an option in your kit. That $99 kit is a wonderful kit. The other option you have is an option number 2, where you get an extra $30 instead of $125 US for products. You'll end up with $30 more for that $99. Great options. Talk with me if you're interested. I would love to have you in my team. I will tell you that joining Stampin' Up! Almost 22 years ago was one of the best decisions I made. So, products you need. You want a half a sheet of Crumb Cake, 5.5 by 8.5. You're going to want a 1/4 of a sheet, just a teeny bit smaller than that, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. You're also going to want a piece that is 2 inches by 3.5. That's enough to cut out our postage dies. You're going to want a couple pieces of Gorgeous Grape cardstock, 1 5/8 by 2.5, I believe. I wrote these down and then put it away. And then 4 inches by 5 1/4. Let's see how we go here. I'm going to fold this cardstock in half. Use my bone folder. All right. Set that aside. I've already run this piece through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with that folder. Let's grab my little mini die cutting machine here, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. getting kind of crazy there. Let's grab this here, grab those dies I talked about. I know I'm going to want this one. Should be just big enough to go across there. And I believe it's this size here. Yes, and so then I got this one here. I'll layer those two on here and run them through. This little mini machine is portable and so fun. I keep it on my desk all the time just because it's easier when I'm videoing. But it would be great for travel as well. Okay, put those away. Now, I've already taken my stamps and put them on blocks. I'm going to use a Pierce mat because I am using photopolymer stamps and I want a little bit of give. Our cling mount stamps come with some foam in them, and so they already have give. You don't need to add that. I'm going to pull out some old olive. Part of the thing that's great about this studio is that it's got a little piece on here that's grippy. It works wonderfully for kind of keeping my stamp pad. So I'm going to ink up in some old olive. It's the only color beyond Gorgeous Grape that I'm going to use. I'm going to stamp it in the center of my die cut piece. And then comes with a cleaning mat or a cleaning pad. You just get it wet and then it stays there. Clean your stamps really easily. These other little pockets, you work well for any of our little Stampin' spots, or you could put ink in there and mix or blend, but it would hold our little ink spots. They're that size. That's a great use for those as well. If you can think of other things to use with it, I'm sure you'll let me know. Then I've got the overlay. So this is a two-step stamp, the Softly Sophisticated. I thought this was a great stamp set to use for some customer thank yous. I send thank yous to all customers who send or who order through me in a month, and so I also have a loyalty program if you're interested. So I'm going to leave that out. I'm going to go ahead and clean this one. You should always clean your stamps. I'm going to leave it out because I need to have my greetings stamped. So this little piece I'm going to use, there's a stamp there called Hello There. It works great for on the front. And put in the center of this little piece. We'll set it aside. Go ahead and clean that. I've got one more because we might as well go ahead and get the inside of our stamp or our card stamped. I'm going to leave it just with the crumb cake because I think it works fine. And I'm going to use the stamp that says "You're in my thoughts." When I send my thank you notes, I don't write in them. I put a little post-it note so that you can reuse them. Kind of a double purpose. So like so. I'm going to clean that up. I'm going to get that out of the way and put my stamp pad away. Actually, I'm not going to put my stamp pad away because I told you we're doing a blending. So I'm going to set this aside with all of these other parts and pieces. We will assemble them in a minute. And I'm going to grab this. I'm going to pull out a blotter, just something to kind of keep the ink. And I'm going to use one of our blending brushes. So I've already used this previously, but I'm going to grab the ink from Gorgeous Grape. I'm going to start it outside the cardstock and I'm going to start swirling it from the bottom up. And I'm going to push heavier at the bottom and lighter as I go. And I kind of liked how this looked on crumb cake. I hadn't seen anyone do this. I'm sure someone has. then as I go higher, I'm just not pushing as hard, and I'm not going to drag it all the way to the top. So I can go heavier at the bottom, and swirl a little less heavy as I go toward the top, so that I get a little bit of a variegated kind of look. And I kind of liked how that looked on the cardstock. You could, as you can see, you could get it where it's heavier all the way down. That's kind of cool too, but I kind of like it like this. So I'm going to put my stamp pad away. Makes really a pretty fast card, and I like that. Put this away. One of the nice things about the glass mat is that it's a nice smooth surface that's solid. It's got grippies on the bottom of the glass mat that keep it from sliding all over the place. So let's assemble this fast card. Get my Stampin' seal. Put a little bit on the back here. Get it on my layer. Doesn't matter. I can turn that around. But so I have not been videoing. I hadn't felt real well after Christmas, and so finally starting to feel better. Then these two pieces need layered. They're meant to go on top of each other. If you're someone who isn't one who likes to color, this stamp set is a wonderful option for that. And there are two different flower images and two different greenery options. And I'm excited to see how much more I can come up with this set. Like so. Then I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the front. I want it kind of offset. So like so. And wiggle. I got some new equipment for me videoing at Christmas time, and I'm excited. And I started a recording earlier and found out that I hadn't gotten it actually recording. So we're hopeful that you're actually going to get this one figured out. New technology is awesome, but sometimes there's a bit of a learning curve. I shouldn't say even sometimes. There's always a bit of a learning curve in new technology, but I'm excited. I'm excited to be a little more consistent as well. So kind of layer this piece up onto the other. Make it straight. I'm going to attach it to the front of my card. I wanted to kind of keep the layers as minimal as possible. And so a nice simple card. Do you wish we still had crumb cake envelopes? I kind of, when I'm doing a crumb cake card like this, wished I still had crumb cake envelopes. Not something we have currently. I'm going to use the fine shimmer, the purple fine shimmer gems. They come in 3 different colors. They coordinate with our lavender suite, but they thought they looked so great with this gorgeous grape card. So I'm going to grab one of the larger, I'll come from this side, grab one of the larger ones. I'm going to stick it maybe here. Then I'm just going to grab a couple of the smaller, one coming up offset, and then I'm going to do one more up on the other side, just to kind of give a little bit of balance between the two. And I like the Take Your Pick tool. I'm using the putty tip. I like how it scoots all of that off. We sell refills for that. Then there's other tips. I like to have what I call the pokey tool. And then it twists. You've got your palette knife. And then there's another tool, and I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, I do have it here. I can show you what that one looks like as well. The other option, because you can twist out one of those ends again, and you've got a stylus for scoring. A larger tip and then a smaller tip, which is awesome. So, go like so. Did I put it on right? I did. Super fun. Thanks so much for joining me. Have any questions, you want to place an order, all of that information on links to do all of those things are in the description of this video, as are all the supplies that I've used. Thank you so much for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.